Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by today's title, I will be reading all the Jane Austen books for a whole week. This is something very different from what I usually read. I have no idea if I'm going to like this or not, but I'm forcing myself to read Jane Austen for a whole week anyway, so here we go. I must show you these covers. They are so cute, and I know they're just like generic covers, but oh my goodness, I seen these in the store and I was like, $2 for a book? I'm gonna get the whole set because they were all there. Like, why not? And you know what? I did not want to become one of those people who have a whole bunch of books on my shelf that I'm never gonna read. And I was realizing that I actually have a few already that I haven't read, these 6 being some of them, and I just must read them. Google has told me that I do not need to read them in order, so I can just read them in whatever order I want, but I'm going to read them the dates they were published. We have Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. I think this one is my favorite cover. So I will be starting with Sense and Sensibility. This one was the first one that was published. So, what year was it published in? Oh dear, this is old. I don't even know what year this was. Is this older than Wuthering Heights? They're really old. I did not know that. Sense and Sensibility is from 1811. What? Not gonna expect any spice in these books. Also, I feel like they might be boring. But it's fine. I've committed. I am going to read these the whole week. Well, this is going to be a journey. I've also read Wuthering Heights, if you want to go watch that video. And once I watch the movie, I will definitely be talking about it and the differences from the book and the movie. Anyway, let's get into the video and start reading. Finish chapter 1. First of all, £1,000 would be 108,000 pounds today. So this dude is rich. Also, this... No, we don't like that, because why doesn't the chapter start on a new page? What can I expect from a book from the 1811? It's fine. Okay, this is crazy. I know that the time that this was written in was in the 1800s, but right here, let me read this line. It says, "A woman of 27, said Marianne, after pausing a moment, can never hope to feel or inspire affection again." Yeah, because 27 was like, you're an old spinster. Literally is just crazy that that was so old. Also, her mom is only 40. People that are 40 years old in this book are like ancient. Nowadays, 40s are people's primes. I just found that interesting, and honestly, I am very much liking this book. I feel like I need a corset and a cup of tea, but I'm gonna stick with my sweatpants. I finished reading Sense and Sensibility, and let me tell you, the way they talked in the 1800s, I mean, this book is like almost, is it 200 years old? 1811? Yeah, 200 years old. The way we talk now, our vocabulary has diminished. Following along with that book was very hard, to say the least. The only thing that can make you like a wealthy person is if you marry rich. No, if you just get married, honestly. Without marriage, you are just nothing. Do I recommend reading Sense and Sensibility? No. But if you want to say you read it, then read it. It has been a hot minute since I filmed last. There's so many things happening right now. Like, I think the last time I filmed, I was reading Sense and Sensibility. This was probably 2 weeks ago. My great grandma had passed away, and it was good that I had like this project to focus on. Then, you know, there was Easter, just this past weekend. A ton of family gatherings. I am a Mennonite, if you guys didn't know, and we do gatherings, okay? Every holiday is you get together with your family, and it just seems to take up like the whole holiday sometimes. I had 2 cousins that had babies. Me and my husband were house sitting. Like, it has honestly been a crazy 2 weeks. Somehow I did get to almost finish this book, which I'm going to finish it right now. I'm reading Pride and Prejudice. If you haven't read Pride and Prejudice, or you don't even know what it is, you've never seen the movie, it's about Elizabeth Bennet and her sisters. Of course, like in this day and age, the 1800s, marriage is a very big part of society, and if you're a woman, like really, if you're not married, you're not really worth anything. In this one, there's practically just girls in the family, so they all have to get married. Elizabeth is very outspoken and, not really interested in the marriage market that much. She has a few sisters that are super interested in getting married. Her one sister runs away with a dude and just like elopes. There was that whole scandal. And then there's like a lot of tension between Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth. He ends up really liking her. So we'll see how this book ends. I will update you when I'm done reading this. Well, I gotta be honest here. I am not the biggest fan of Jane Austen books. I'm a little bit bored. I'm a little bit underwhelmed. But it ends in a happy ending. Darcy and Elizabeth get married in the end. And then also Jane and Bingley get married. So it ends on a happy ending. And I'm excited to rewatch the movie now that I've read the book, because I feel like I'm going to see it in a whole new light, Well, I'm going to start Mansfield Park. Obviously, in the title, it's about a park that people hang out in, and it's like really high class. And I guess some people start hanging out in the woods behind the park. A little scandalous, if I do say so myself. Okay, so I got to chapter 25, and I think that's where I'm going to stop for today. But let me just explain a little bit what's happening so far in Mansfield Park. There's the Bertram family, and they're like super rich. And so Fanny Price, one of their relatives, she goes to live with the Bertram family because her mom is just popping out kids left and right, and they're super poor. They can't afford to have more kids, but they keep on having more kids. And so they can't even afford to take care of some of them. So that's why Fanny goes to live with the Bertrams. And her aunt is really mean. Also, her other 2 cousins are really mean, and she kind of befriends the one guy, Edmund. And so they have a good relationship. Also, she's only 10 when she moves there, and now she's grown up a little bit. The thing with Jane Austen books is that there's actually a lot of characters that you have to keep track of. There's 20 characters, and some of them you just meet 2 times and you're like, who is this person? And then they're gone. All her cousins, and who they're courting, and who the men are coming over and they're interested in, and you're meeting all these people constantly. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Edmund, he wanted to get close to this girl Mary, and Fanny thought that it was improper. Of course it's improper. It's 1800s. He wants to talk to a girl that he's thinking about marrying her. Is there conversations needed? Do you need an alone time? Never. Not in the 1800s. Nope. Where I left off in chapter 25, this guy Henry is teaching, I almost said Jane Austen. He's teaching Fanny and Miss Bertram how to play cards, and everyone else is playing cards. See, that's the thing with this book. You have to remember, this was written in the early 1800s. Like, the drama and stuff that goes on today is not the same as 200 years ago. That's like a highlight of the day, them playing cards. What is my life? That's my update. I will leave you on that and see you tomorrow. New day, same location. You thought things weren't going to get crazy. Let me tell you. There's drama, okay? So this guy Henry, right? He wanted to marry. No. I'm getting it mixed up. So Mary was interested in Henry and wanted Henry to propose, but instead she married a kind of guy. It's the 1800s, you know. They get proposed to, they just marry him. Henry decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to make Fanny fall in love with me, because it's the 1800s. They don't have anything else to do. This is all they have. So he's like, I'm going to make Fanny fall in love with me. But then he starts falling in love with Fanny. And meanwhile, Henry, okay, guys, Fanny's cousin Mary was interested in Henry. But now Fanny and Henry might have a thing going. They might be courting. Like, girls, can we find some other men? Do you all have to, like, be in the same group? And also, like, I'm pretty sure that Fanny and her cousin were, like, interested in each other or something. Like, I don't know. It's the 1800s. Like, not my problem. So, anyway, Henry proposed to Fanny, and she refused him. So, that's where I'm up to. We'll see if Fanny ends up marrying Henry. You'll have to wait for the answer. Here, guys, you're really missing out on these illustrations. It literally says, she said nothing, but sad, sad girl. Like, every book, there's pictures, right? And there's a little line at the bottom, and it's actually just a random line from the chapter. Like, they were just like, yeah. Oh, I guess the illustration is explaining, like, is a picture of that moment, but I just think that's funny. Fanny moved back with her parents and finds life very dull. But then she gets a very gossipy letter from Mary saying how unhappy she is. And it's like, Mary, you literally married someone that you didn't even like. Like, you liked the other dude, and you still married this dude. So it sucks that you're unhappy, but, like, I'm pretty sure that divorce is, like, banned in the 1800s, so you're stuck with him. Well, you don't have to worry too much, because these books pretty much end in a happy ending. Fanny and Edmund, they marry, and they kind of take over Mansfield Park because of all this scandal due to Mary and whatever her husband's name is. Yeah, they had a lot of scandal there. They were literally kicked out of the park. Like, they weren't allowed to come back in the park. It ends with Fanny and her husband restoring the peace to the park so that there's no more scandal there. How much have I read? Three so far. They all end in a pretty happy ending. For the 1800s anyway. I mean, there's usually, like, a few couples that are miserable in their marriage, and that doesn't, like, resolve at the end. It's just kind of, that's how it is. But usually there's one character that gets a happy ending, and that's a win. So now we start Emma, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to start this today, honestly. I might wait. I have some stuff I gotta do, but we will be starting Emma. And in the coming days, maybe tomorrow. There's 2 more books, and they're pretty small. There's Northanger Abbey and Persuasion. Look at the cover of this, though. I love this. So I did end up starting Emma yesterday, and I'm stopping on chapter 20. As you could tell, it is a different scenery. I am at my mom's house right now. Well, my parents' house. We're just getting ready for celebration of life for my great-grandma, as I was saying before or a few days ago. I'll just explain a little bit about what is happening so far. Like the title, Emma is the main character, and she meets this girl Harriet at a party. She decides she's going to become matchmaker and try to find someone that she thinks is suitable for Harriet. This guy, Mr. Martin, proposes to Harriet, and Emma tries to convince her not to say yes because she thinks that his class is below her. Then Mr. Martin starts giving Emma more attention, and Emma starts getting concerned that maybe he's interested in her and not Harriet. But Harriet is her friend, so like that would be weird. And also she thinks that Mr. Martin is below Harriet, so obviously she can't be with him. Where I left off, Harriet just ran into Mr. Martin on the street, and he's actually engaged to marry someone else now, and she was explaining to Emma that she ran into him, and now Emma is concerned that she thought too harshly of him. I don't know what's gonna happen. One of these ladies is gonna end up with Mr. Martin. I mean, he's like one of the main guys in the book. Do you want to know what a pert young lawyer looks like in the 1800s? Yeah, that. And literally, somehow I have accumulated 3 bookmarks in this book, and they're all Throne of Glass themed bookmarks. I don't know how I did that, but I'm sure people can relate. Not even kidding, this was supposed to be a recap of Emma, and it turned into the most chaos. My cat literally brought her kittens to my patio door. And she does this every time she has kittens. She's had kittens now 4 times. I know it's bad. We are getting her spayed. That's the thing with having like indoor-outdoor cats. She keeps getting pregnant. Enjoy this tiny kitten because she's adorable. Sorry if you can hear kittens in the background. Our cat is potty trained to go outside, and she like scratches on the window when she wants to go out. So she was doing that, so I let her out. And of course she brought another kitten. I have notes, okay? And first let me say, I think that I'm just gonna bring all the kittens inside for a minute, and I think she just wants to be by me. Yes, my cat wants to be by me. How crazy is that? She's like a really sassy cat, and she does like to sit by me and my husband, but she's not clingy at all. She doesn't like to be held or like sit on our lap or anything, but she does like to be around us. Maybe I'll just bring the kittens, all of them, inside for a minute and then let her just be with me for a little bit before I bring them back out. Anyway, what you all are here for, let's talk about Emma. Surprisingly, I think that this one might be my favorite book out of the series yet. I have 2 more to read, and we'll see once I read those. Those ones are like really short, and I think I'm gonna start one of them today. We'll see. If it's really early in the morning right now, so we'll see if I finished that one yet. But Emma was great. Of course, there's a scandal. The reason why Emma was honestly so worried was because Harriet kind of liked Frank and Jane are secretly engaged, right? So Emma is like worried about Harriet, but Harriet's fine because she likes Mr. Knightley. But here's the twist. Emma also likes Mr. Knightley. She doesn't just like Mr. Knightley, she's in love with him. Mr. Knightley takes Emma on a walk, and she's worried that he is going to confess to having feelings for Harriet. Instead, he tells Emma girl, that he's in love with her. When they return home, Emma is engaged to Mr. Knightley, and Harriet is there, and she's like worried about what this is gonna do to their friendship. Harriet is then to marry Mr. Martin, but first Harriet has to get over her crush on Mr. Knightley because, remember, she liked him and she like wanted to marry him. That's what happens in the 1800s. If you like a man, you're liking him to marry him. Like, there's no other reason. Jane and her man, they get married. Emma and Mr. Knightley get married. Harriet and Mr. Martin get married. So they're all happily married at the end. Harriet and Emma's friendship is, well, it's not very good because Emma did marry her man that she wanted to be with, so... But it's fine. It's fine. And that's kind of how it ends. They're all living happily ever after, except for the two girls, Harriet and Emma, have a strained friendship. So, pretty good. We have 2 more books to read. Northanger Abbey came out before Persuasion, but I think I'm gonna read this one first. Apparently this one's a little bit darker, and I don't know, I'm excited for it, but like best for last, I hope. I don't know what is wrong with my cat right now. She's growling. I don't think she's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go and deal with her, but I'll be back with an update on the kittens and my book. So, see you in 1 second. I do think it's funny that I had planned to finish this video the other day and then complete chaos ensued with my cat and wanting to abandon her kittens for some reason, but everything's fine now. She is good. So since that happened, I did not end up finishing this video. I did finish this book, Persuasion. Sir Walter Elliot. That's the dad. He is very irresponsible with money and spends all their money. They're kind of in serious debt. And then their mom dies. And what kind of book would this be if there wasn't complete tragedy? Lady Russell moves in to help take care of his 3 daughters. The one daughter, Anne, she falls in love with this guy, Frederick. Captain Frederick. She has to turn it down because his social standing isn't high enough. And since they don't have any money because of their dad, they gotta marry rich. You know, do what you gotta do. It ends with Anne marrying this other captain. Anne is married to Captain Wentworth. And then the dad, Sir Elliot, he ends up moving away and is rumored to have a relationship with Miss Clay, and then also helps Miss Smith get money from her husband. Anne and her husband, they live happily ever after. That's kind of it. And I gotta say that Emma is still my favorite book. Let's start Northanger Abbey. This is so pretty. There's lace on the edges and then a locket. What a beautiful book. I'm gonna leave off at chapter 10 right now. So far, there's this girl, Catherine, and she is super interested in gothic fantasy novels. That has made her kind of a rebel girl. She's invited to her neighbor's house and befriends this girl, Elizabeth. Not Elizabeth, Isabel. They both figure out that they are obsessed with gothic novels together. They go to a ball and Catherine meets Henry. She really likes him, but then her brother shows up with his friend. His friend is like, oh, I actually like Catherine. Catherine's trying to escape his advances on her. I'll be back in an hour. For you, it'll be 1 second. Got my coffee. I'm good now. I wanted to put something comfier on, so Here we go. It was so warm the past week, and then winter decided, actually no, I'm not done yet. And now it's cold again, and I absolutely hate it. I've been trying to get 10,000 steps every day. Now that it's cold again, like, I'm still gonna go outside and walk. It's just not as enjoyable, so that sucks. But hey, I live in Canada. What else do you expect? I'm just gonna finish this book. I'm gonna read, and it might take me a little bit longer. I am a slow reader. It'll probably take me over an hour to finish this. What you gonna do? I see these videos. I think it was Larry Reed's that her subscribers bought her books. That is what I am doing. I have my Amazon cart in my bio. I think that would be really fun to like open packages from my subscribers, and I did put like a whole bunch of books in there that I really want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I would love to get things from my subscribers. I just see other people doing that, so if you want to do that, then go ahead. Let's actually finish the book, and yes, my bookmark was a lip gloss. Wow. I can't believe I actually read all of those. Do we end on a happy ending? Yes, we do. If you are shaking, I'm sorry. You are on a table, so... But that's not my problem. Northanger Abbey ends with Henry asking Catherine for her hand in marriage, and of course she says yes, and Henry actually goes against his dad because Catherine is poor. Henry's dad did not want him to marry her. But the marriage is delayed until the general allows it. He still had to be okay with it, I guess. There was a lot of other things that happened, but I honestly couldn't care less. That is it. Reading all of Jane Austen books. I believe this is all of them. If you haven't watched me reading the Hunger Games, all of those books, please go watch that. I feel like I did such a good job on that vlog. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye! He goes against